Morning, all. All right, so since I did the preview yesterday, we're starting off with news of the day today. And basically, a lot of it is going to be injury news and who's coming back and who's going out. And of course, we're about a week out from knowing all the playoff matchups and all that. And it's getting interesting because, yeah, fans are interesting. All right, so first off, Pittsburgh. Matheson is week to week. Upper body injury for him. They'll miss him on the blue line. He's actually been pretty good player for them. And it'll be interesting to see come expansion time if Seattle thinks he's a pretty good player as well, because it's going to be curious to see what Pittsburgh does with their blue line. I'm starting to think it's going to be a defenseman they take, and we'll see which ones they protect. Matheson gets protected. Who gets exposed instead if they decide to risk exposing Matheson? But anyways, he's out for now, and week to week means probably until the playoffs. But Malkin returns tonight. He missed 23 games. So while Tanev's getting close, he was taking contact today in practice. Malkin does in fact return tonight. So good luck to him. Stay healthy and avoid that injury bug. Buffalo. Michael Hauser is making his start tonight. They're down to this has to be goaltender number 5, right? So this means Luukkonen's out, which is not a surprise at all, considering how awkward Luukkonen looked as he left the ice. And, so Hauser starts tonight. His last game was in the ECHL. It was a shutout, but it was in the ECHL. So, best of luck to Hauser. And that last start as well was a while ago. So, best of luck to him. And best of luck to the Sabres, because they're against the Islanders tonight, who've beaten them 6 times in a row, and they're probably going to be pretty ornery, as well as, because they want to maintain third spot in the division and maybe look up, they still can, because I don't see them finishing first or second, but if they can get on a run, and they may want to take that out of Buffalo, and they're coming off back-to-back shutouts against the Rangers, so, yeah. We'll see how Hauser does tonight. I wish him the best. This is interesting. So this is trending right now on the northern side of the Twitter border. Josh Anderson. And the quote that's being attributed to him is, "The only reason they're in first place is because they beat us so many times." I watched the media availability thing. If he said it, I missed it. I'm trying to find... I can't find... So it sounds like somebody made up that he said this. And everybody's running with it. And saying he's so bad he's got less points than Spezza, and I see that and I go, wow. So instead of praising Spezza for having a bad year, you're making it sound like Anderson sucks so bad that even Spezza's better than he is. I don't think this quite sends the message that they think it does. Plus, Anderson's got 17 goals. He's not really a big points producer. He's a goal scorer. And if not for a couple of posts, he would have had 18 or 19 goals this weekend as his total rather than 17. So it's just so weird to see people taking a quote that's attributed to him and immediately running with it. I can't find him saying it. So, and in all actual truth, Toronto's been very good against every team in the North. And I find this weird too, because people will say that Toronto, well, they haven't played anybody in the States yet. Okay, well, you've got a 6-2-1 record against Calgary, a 6-1-2 record against Edmonton. Edmonton was 4th in the West last year, 5-2 against Montreal, and of course Calgary made the playoffs in the West last year as well. Ottawa, they're 5-2-1 against. They're 5-3-1 against Vancouver, who've had a very poor season overall for many, many reasons. And 6-3. I wrote Toronto because sometimes I do that, but they're 6-3 against Winnipeg. Winnipeg had a good record last year too, so they can only play against the teams that are in their division right now. The interesting part to me too is that when people want to cut down the Leafs, they also made the playoffs in the East. How many years in a row is it? 3 in a row. Now they did lose the play-in round against Columbus last year, but before that they had the 2 first rounds against Boston. Before that they had the first round against Washington. And their points totals were pretty darn good for all 3 of those seasons. So, it's odd to me. It's odd because I see Toronto getting cut down on all that, and yet I don't see a lot of the same thing about, oh, Florida's got a gaudy record because look who they play against. The bottom 4 teams in that division aren't very good this year. So I don't see the same thing being said of others. But I think that's why this quote has gone nuts, and everybody's kind of like, oh, can you believe he said that? People will believe he said that because there's some touchy hockey fans. I'm not like that. It's like when somebody goes, yeah, well, the Canucks suck, and I go, yeah, and anything else? Is that you came over here to tell me the Canucks suck? Because you could have told me that in 1982 or 83 or 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, not 92, and not 93, and definitely not 94, but 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. Probably not 2001. I would have got mad then. 2002. Nope. Didn't suck then. 2003. No, but after the blown lead against Minnesota, I would have been upset. 2004, definitely 2004. They lost that game 7 against Calgary. 2006, yeah. 2007, yeah. No, full rebuild. 2008. Well, no, 2007 we had Luongo. So, but yeah, the team still sucked. 2008. No, Luongo couldn't save him. His back gave out. He was tired from carrying the team all year, and his back gave out in the last 3 weeks. So Canuck fans blamed him for the Canucks missing the playoffs. 2009, yeah, no, they got destroyed by Chicago. 2010, destroyed by Chicago. 2011, no, you can't say we sucked that year. 2012, well, yeah, they won the President's Trophy, but they lost in the first round. 2013, yeah. 2014, sure. 2015. Willie Desjardins a nice guy. 2016, yeah. 17, sure. 18, yep. 19, okay. To 2020. Well, we had Markstrom that year, so he helped get us into the playoffs, and then once the goaltending gave out, once they figured out how to score on the goaltending, Vegas eventually beat Vancouver. And 2021, yeah. Anything else to say? All right. that's just, there you go. Right off the top of my head. All right, and the Rangers, who could officially be eliminated tonight, they're shorthanded some players, and basically if Boston gets a point and they're against New Jersey, the good news if you're a Rangers fan is they don't have a good record against New Jersey this year. They have some weird can't score 5-on-5 bad mojo against New Jersey. But on the positive front for Boston, their second line seems to have it together. The 5-on-5 goals should come tonight. The Rangers are probably going to be done. So Panarin is going to play. He skipped the morning skate, but he is going to play. And outside of that, I know Kreider's out. There's a few other guys who are out. Like I said, they could officially be eliminated tonight. So there you go. Your 3 stars of the week around the National Hockey League. Grace, 2 shutouts. He's the first star. His back's probably getting sore from carrying Detroit to those results too. And I wonder when he gets back to the locker room if he yells and screams at the guys about whether or not it would hurt them to score a goal. Because, yeah, the goal support for Greiss has been poor all year, which early on people said, well, who cares? He's not playing well. Okay, well, now he's playing really well and he's still not getting goal support. So that's a problem when you're a goaltender and you're looking up at the scoreboard and going, if I allow 1, we lose. That's got to be tremendous pressure. Second star of the week, McDavid, 10 points in 4 games. And he's been great. He was shut out the 1 game, and he responded by, scoring 3. So, yeah, McDavid's been fantastic all the way through. Varlamov, 2 shutouts for the Islanders. He's third star of the week. And so, yeah, it's interesting that both Greiss and Varlamov are 3 stars. And, yeah, so Islanders goaltending coaching's pretty good. And Greiss, I think, is still a pretty good goaltender as a result of his time with the New York Islanders. So, yeah, good on them. It's nice to see a couple of goalies getting shutouts, being top 3 stars. And this coming week will be very interesting to see whether or not we see more shutouts as the defense becomes more and more important, or if we see some shoot 'em up 7-2, 8-4 kind of games. Tonight will be very interesting. With 14 games on, we'll see what kind of trend we get out of those. For Dallas, Sagan is a game time decision. I'm getting nervous that there may be a likelihood of rushing him back just a little bit. And I say that because the Stars need to win these games. They need to go on a run. Tonight they're in Florida. And so I hope Seguin doesn't come back before he's actually 100% and end up having some kind of a setback. So that's my only concern there, is that, if Sagan's looking at the schedule and looking at the standings, he goes, you know what, I'm going to play because, we need points. We need them right now. And that would be true. But I would hope that playoff chase doesn't influence when he comes back. Hopefully it's when he's 100%. Florida. So Sam Bennett's day-to-day. He's out of the lineup. However, Mason Marchment comes back in. So you go from one guy that got stolen from a Canadian franchise to another by bringing Marchment back in. Mason Marchment's been really good for Florida. Not the scoring whiz that Sam Bennett's been since he got there, but very useful player and kind of got all the tools you need. It's going to be interesting to see how he develops for Florida. Florida's not only a really good team, they're also very fast, and they're still pretty young. So this looks sustainable. Spencer Knight starts tonight as well. Drieger may be back this weekend. So if Drieger comes back, of course, that would probably put Knight out of the net. But we'll see how Dallas does tonight against Knight and with Marchment back in the lineup. So it's going to be an interesting night of hockey tonight. And remember, if you tell me the Canucks have sucked, I can remember the years and I can go, yeah. I can go, yeah, basically. Yep, that's pretty true. All right, so there you go. And even 82, because the way that it ended in the Stanley Cup final against the New York Islanders, I don't think that as a Canuck fan I had I was a kid, that little kid just getting into hockey, but I knew they weren't gonna win the cup in 83 after that Stanley Cup final run in 82. I'd kind of hoped they'd get a little better. But there was some good fortune on that Canucks team in that Gretzky got eliminated in the first round by the Kings. And there were some good teams that got knocked out in the other divisions. And then when they met a really good team in the Islanders, it didn't go well. But hey, I still remember. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below as always. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, for all your support. I'll talk to you again soon.